Hi, Ed here for MMORPG.com. We're currently here at RuneFest 2017 in London, where RuneFest fans gather to celebrate and enjoy the company of other RuneFest fans and some of the developers. We got two of them here today, and why don't you two introduce yourself for us?
Hi, I'm Jamie Brooks and I am a producer on RuneScape.
And I'm Matt Casey, I'm the Senior Product Manager for RuneScape.
Thanks, Matt, and thanks for sharing this microphone with me. We're going to talk about RuneScape coming out to mobile today. We've had a big announcement today about RuneScape coming out to mobile and where the game is. Why bring RuneScape to mobile platforms?
It's very simple. RuneScape has been out for a very long time. We're 16 years, approaching 17. Over the years we've had a lot of players, and some of them have naturally left us, and a lot of them are on mobile now, and they're not on PC, and so we're going where our players are. And by putting RuneScape on mobile, by announcing that, already a lot of people said that can't wait to come back and play RuneScape, and so we've gone where our players are.
And was that the primary reason for it, was to reach out to old players, or are you getting feedback from new players or existing players about the game coming to mobile?
Yeah, we expect to see a lot of new players in RuneScape, which would be great. It will be really good for the game. And existing RuneScape players also want to see new players. They're always telling us to, that's really good for the health of the game. But really, it's a really powerful way for us to re-engage with players that their lifestyles have changed. So these are guys that probably first came across RuneScape maybe when they were at school or in the IT labs and started playing then. And their lifestyles have changed. They're either at college or university, or they've got jobs or families. And they tell us that, often they don't have the time to put in on the PC games these days. So really, it's about being able to reconnect with those players where we think the biggest opportunity is for us.
In terms of bringing it to mobile, obviously that's a big project. How long have you been working on this?
It's hard to say, to give it a kind of start date. We've always been kind of looking at improving the technology behind RuneScape, and by doing that we've kind of got to the position where we've gone, oh, actually, this is now achievable. We did a big thing for RuneScape. RuneScape 3 and NXT, and by being able to do that, we're suddenly able to look at it on a tablet and a mobile and be like, hey, look, there's something here now, and we can this is an actual goal, we can actually see kind of the end of, and this is something we can actually achieve. So it's hard to kind of give it a date, because it's always just been a thing that's always just been improving, really.
Yeah. And was the move from the old platform to your current NXT platform, was that the big driver behind bringing it to mobile? Would you have been able to do that on the old platform?
Yeah, it just would have taken a lot more work to make the code secure and be able to do it in a way that people's accounts are safe. But the NXT client gives us the ability to do that and make it much easier. But yeah, we announced the intention to do this back in July, and things have moved on really quickly since then. You can now log in and play on live servers. We've got people here today logging in with their own accounts and just continuing their game, which is amazing. So people doing daily challenges, taking on bosses, and just doing all this great RuneScape stuff that for the first time, which is really cool.
And obviously you've got the game running on mobile, but the game comes in two forms as it stands. You've got old school RuneScape and you've got the current RuneScape client. I believe, are they both coming to mobile?
Yes, they are. Both games are coming to mobile. Old school is slightly ahead in terms of what people are able to play today. RuneScape being the technology behind it and stuff like that means there's a little bit more work on there to go. But definitely both of them are coming to mobile.
And as we've talked about already, we've said that the NXT client was obviously a big facilitator of you bringing it to mobile, and you also said that it made the game more secure. Was that your first kind of major goal, was to just get it running and make sure that it was secure?
Yeah, I think we wanted to make sure the game's running, do lots of performance optimization, and now we're moving to the stage where we're looking at how you interact with the game, looking at the user interface and the control systems, doing some testing there, and really getting the right feel for what players think would work best. So that's where we're at the moment, and we'll be refining that before we move into the beta phase, when we can get the closer to the finished product into players' hands.
Yeah. In terms of, obviously, you've spoken about the user interface there, and that's going to be a big change from coming from PC to mobile, and I'm sure you've been asked this already by players on the floor, but what are your plans for the user interface, and what's been your biggest challenge with moving that towards a mobile platform?
Yeah, so it's actually interesting today, like hearing feedback and stuff, and a lot of people already like being able to play with it and try our bossing and stuff, but it's definitely not mobile ready, and it's the challenge is obviously said before, like we've got a big history. We've had players who played the game for a long time. They know the interface, they understand it, and so they have kind of certain expectations. But then also we're putting a mobile. We're hopefully getting we're going to be getting new players in, and mobile players are going to have expectations as well on just how it's going to play. So we've got to meet both those expectations. So there's a challenge there, but we're pretty confident that we're getting there, sort of thing.
Just to add as well, that there's also opportunities that mobile will bring to allow us to interact with players in a different way. So things like notifications about incoming chat messages or trade requests, and even looking at things like push notifications and how we can use that to enhance the RuneScape experience outside of when your normal gameplay takes place.
And that feeds into the way that mobile platforms and mobile games are used by players, not necessarily in RuneScape, but more in general. So you've got things like social elements, Facebook messaging, tweeting out from games. Obviously, you don't even have the user interface in place yet, but going forward, is that the sort of area that you're looking to explore, and the way that different sorts of platforms endear different types of user behaviour?
Yeah, definitely. We're at very early stages with that stuff, and it's hard to say exactly how we'll do it, but that's the sort of thing we really want to explore. So, we've got loads of suggestions coming internally and from players as well of the things that could really be useful to them. So, their grand exchange trades, how to form social interactions and groups and that kind of stuff. And so there's loads of possibilities there.
And just a couple more questions. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. In terms of the mobile game itself and the way that players interact with mobile platforms, obviously music is a big part of RuneScape. RuneScape has the most music in any online game, I believe, in the world, so that's a big deal. But music is handled slightly differently on mobile platforms than it is on, say, desktop platforms. Is that going to have a huge impact on the way the game's presented, or are you going to make that available and let players consume it however they like?
It's certainly an area that we're working on. As you said, it is a big part of our game, and we're looking at different ways to try and make sure it remains a big part of the game.
Yeah.
We will probably have to make some compromises and stuff.
Yeah.
But we're really it's really something we're trying to do our best with, and we're working with our audio team, working with our technical team to try and make that happen, really.
And obviously we've been talking about the game, we've been trying it out here, and I've been picking fights with people in RuneScape. When can we actually go ahead and jump into both old school RuneScape and the current client on mobile, and what mobile platforms are we going to see it on?
So, as Jamie mentioned earlier, RuneScape, old school RuneScape will be arriving first, so this winter. RuneScape will come in 2018, so shortly following on. In terms of platforms, our lead technology platform at the moment is Android, so that's what we're showing today. We're aiming to bring it to the main mobile devices, all the popular main devices. But at this stage, it's too early to confirm exactly which specific devices we'll be able to run it on. So we're still doing lots of testing there before we can confirm that.
Fantastic. And if we want to follow that development and we want to find out more when it's coming out, where can we find out more about the mobile platform?
RuneScape.com is RuneScape.com. We'll be looking over the next up until release, really. We'll be looking to post developer blogs, keep players updated with where we're at with it. There will be we currently got beta sign up, people can sign up to it now, and we'll be posting more about that. And once we've got that, you obviously the players who are in the betas and stuff are going to be talking about it, and it's very much we'll release this when the players tell us it is ready to be released.
Yep.
And so if people want to get involved in stuff like that, go to runescape.com, find out all about it.
Fantastic. So to quote a well-worn line, when it's ready. Thank you very much both for your time, and thanks for joining us here today at RuneFest.